going to move on to the next panel, which is Fashion is AI. Shh, would love some quiet. Thank you. Shh. We're going to move on to the next panel called Fashion is AI and New Technologies for Designers and Brands, moderated by Jade Scipioni, Senior Reporter.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys can sit down. Yeah. AI, the hottest topic in any field you discover right now. So I'm going to let my panelists introduce themselves. Raul, I'm going to start with you. You're outnumbered. I usually like to start with the ladies.
Is this working? Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Raul Cruz. I'm the VP for luxury and fashion for a French company called EMEA. I'm based in Paris, so I'm traveling only to be here today with you. We are a company who elevates the brand's creativity on a safe environment, creating tailor-made AIs that are brand-oriented for a better, more sustainable, or much more stylish world. Imagine being able to validate your whole collection before launching the first technical file. Imagine being able to elevate the creativity of your teams by 5 to 10, and reducing all the samples that you have, maybe instead of doing 6, only doing 2, times the amount of samples you have, how much money you can gain, how much time you can gain. And by doing this, you can produce closer to demand. And by doing this, you are also reducing the overstock that you have. So today, AI is not here to replace the humans, but it's here to elevate their creativity and make them better in what they do. That's what we do, and we'll have a lot of different information.
Hello, my name is Yuliya Raquel, and I've been in this industry for the past 20 years, since 1985. I'm a fashion designer turned tech entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of PatternFast, and PatternFast is an AI-based software solution that enables designers and brands launch products very quickly and very inexpensively by using hundreds of billions of our instantly manufacturable blocks on our system. We use AI exactly as Raul said, in order to, AI is a brilliant system. It really enables designers to save time, to unleash their creativity in the ways impossible before, and literally to focus more on the creativity as well as the selling, making money of their products, of their designs, versus having to spend hours and hours and a small designer spends tens of thousands of dollars. A larger brand spends hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop their collections. So we save that money by using AI on our system and allowing them to launch products very quickly and go to market fast.
Hi, everybody. My name is Suna. I'm the head of fashion and innovation at Streamoid Technologies. I've been in the industry for over 3 decades, and 10 of which actually was working in this great city of New York. And as a designer, I found that I felt a big frustration, and I feel like most designers do find, the entire design process could be extremely frustrating and overwhelming, which led me to actually invent a tool called Desara, which actually streamlines the entire design process. So what it does actually is looks at creating and streamlining from your mood boards to your research, to your color palettes, to your actual photo shoot. So it literally streamlines the entire process, which leaves designers time to actually do things that they really love, which is being creative.
Yeah. So I checked out both of these tools. I don't know if you guys had a chance. I know PatternFast is there. I mean, you guys are making it so simple that even if you don't have a degree in fashion or you don't have the skills, I mean, anybody can do this.
Yes. So the whole point of the tool was actually taking all the efforts over the 38 years that I've worked for big brands all over the world and simplifying that process. So like you can think Canva for fashion. It's literally simplifying it. You could be a newbie or you could be a seasoned designer, and you can literally the AI is actually covers all aspects of the tool, from the mood board to the color palettes to the virtual photo shoots.
Yeah.
So we've incorporated all of it, and which not only makes you sustainable, but also saves on your overheads, streamlining the whole process, and also connectivity. So with the tool, you'll be able to, say you and I, Jade, were working together, I'd be able to chat with you on the mood board, and you can add things, and then I can take away things, and we can communicate together during the creation. So it also is collaborative as well.
That's it. So Yuliya, I'm going to be a little playing devil's advocate here. People are saying, okay, but you're taking the craft away. You're not sketching. You're not looking for the fabric. You're not being in those rooms. Like, what do you say to people who are saying it's taking the craft?
It's a brilliant question, but the craft is there. You are the craft.
Yeah.
What people are forgetting, the design process is, it's innovation. It's almost like a spiritual experience. You are the craft. What we do is we took away the laborious, the boring. Like, we took away the boring part of you. Who likes to, please raise your hands, who loves to do tech packs? Okay, anybody loves to grade their patterns? What about fittings? What about 4 or 5 samples before you get to that one perfectly fitting samples? Imagine how much waste is just generated those samples. So doing the craft part is choosing your fabrics, is creating the palette, is thinking of textures and color combinations, of blocking your prints. That's where your signature comes in. Making patterns, drafting them, and redrafting them, and then making tech packs and speccing your patterns, and then sending all that and putting it all together. It's not a craft. It's a boring, horrible part of the industry that's also extremely polluting. It's wasteful. Why let the designers waste their precious, genuine, ingenious creativity on, literally waste on processes that could be done in seconds by machines?
Yeah.
Let the designers be the creatives. Let the designers be the visionaries. Add the appliques, embellishments, buttons, trims, color, anything you want. But we'll do the boring part. Let the machines do what they do well, which is calculations.
Raul, you told me if you don't jump on the IA game, you're gonna lose. If you don't jump in now.
Yeah. I've been working in fashion for 25 years. I was general manager for Levi's and G-Star in Europe. And at one point, I didn't want to work in fashion anymore because I said, I can't handle anymore with the stock, the retail, the teams and stuff like that. And I came across EMEA because there's another way of doing fashion. It's a way of doing everything more sustainable. That's very good, going faster and taking all those hideous tasks that people need to do this. But if you take the creativity and you take it from here to here, everyone will be winner on that, because it's not because you can go fast with AI that you need to produce all you get. But once you have the creativity and you have something in your mind and you use the craftsmanship in your head and you prompt a denim by 3x1 with this kind of looks, blah, 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 everything, it's aligned. That thing that comes out as a big picture, it's great. AI will not replace people. I will always say it. It will not replace it. It will only enhance their creativity. It will replace those who don't know how to use it. Someone who has no idea on how to design will be able to use AI. The one who's good becomes great, and the great becomes awesome. And that's the way AI should be used. We did a collection. I've been working in fashion for 25 years, I told you. We did a collection from concept through AI training to sample, to the first sample, and we only had one in 21 days. I have never seen something like that, and it was just not a plain jean. It was a jean that was built in an architectural kind of way, that we presented like a piece of art in Paris. So you can enhance creativity to borders that you don't even imagine are possible. So if you use what we are sharing here, you start by being creative, you get the trends before, and you do the pack text. And you can reduce the time to market to produce closer to demand. You don't need to go to China. You could be producing in Colombia. I'm Colombian. You could be producing there 7 days in boat. You have it here, or we from Turkey to Paris. So there's a much more sustainable way by using fashion AI, and it makes it fun. It will not take the jobs away.
And you were telling me about personalization, like more stores. You're going to walk in a store and you're going to say what you want instead of picking from pre-designed things that everybody else has.
Absolutely. And this is what, by the way, you're welcome to visit PatternFast. Stand right there. I'd love to show you the demo. But our technology literally allows and enables instant made to measure, made to order, bespoke design based on your particular design aesthetic. Imagine taking you and scaling you by 1 million. Imagine 1 million of you, which does everything. Right? But all belongs to you. It all belongs to you. That's the vision, is that you walk into the store, consumer will walk into the store in less than 5 years, and they're gonna order your brand or another brand. They're gonna be able to look in the smart mirror. They're gonna be able to collaborate with the smart mirror, lower your neckline, change your colorway, change your print right there on the spot. Order that product made by your brand and maybe made either in Colombia or in the United States, which is, wow, a revolutionary idea, by the way. Imagine having it made in the United States, shipped to you within 24 hours. Wow. And that's the future of fashion, and this is already possible. Technology is here. So AI is a co-creative and collaborative process between a designer, a visionary, and the machine that does all of the boring stuff.
Yeah. And Suna, you told me that you can be able to test products quickly because,
Yeah, so, a designer starts their journey normally by doing their research. So we have incorporated like a complete library. Normally you'd go to a library and you'd have to, or go to Premier Vision and collect all your research and your inspiration. With the tool that we've created, you literally start your research, then you go to your mood board, and then you can use, like, say you select an image of a print that you really love, you could give the AI prompts to that one image, and you'll get like 6 options of that image in repeat to actually drape into a garment that you've created and resize it in our tool. So you're not only looking at your whole collection, literally creating it maybe even 5-10 minutes, quick idea, iterations coming out, so that you could quickly say, no, I don't like that, instead of sampling and then deciding, oh, that doesn't really look good. I mean, I'm giving you a little glimpse of what the tool does, but it really is quite revolutionary what we're working on. And I think it would completely change the way people work. And I think if I had it when I was at art college, and then when I was working, I can't imagine how amazing it would have been because there's no end to the amount of ideas they could keep generating. It doesn't make you static. It actually makes you move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big question for all of you guys is, how much does this cost? I know you guys are working with small and big companies. You say we're not losing jobs. So give us an idea of what something like this would cost to use.
To a financial cost?
Yes.
Well, we haven't launched yet, so we're literally launching in October. But I think I can't really put a price on it, but it'd be cheaper than most of the tools that you use today, like Illustrator, Photoshop, and X, Y, and Z. So for us, we'll literally have, a whole photo studio, a virtual photo studio with avatars that we've created to the client's spec if wanted. So right there, you're saving millions and thousands, depending on the brand.
Yeah.
So
is there anything for cost-wise? What would you tell smaller companies?
Absolutely. So we have scaled our pricing strategy such that a small independent designer can use it and a very large manufacturer or brand or conglomerate as well. So our pricing starts at $199 a month, which seems like a lot of money. But think about that for any designer. How much money are you paying for a single pattern? How much money? Is it like hundreds of dollars? And then it's back and forth, and then another 100, or your time. So for a price of a single pattern, you literally get billions. And actually, I'm lying, 100 plus billion of customizable blocks that are instantly graded to your spec, to your tech, to your size charts. So that is a starting point. And then for a little bit larger, manufacturers, it goes up to $7.99 a month. Again, a tool that basically, for a cost of 2 patterns, you get billions. So it's a really, and more, AI designer, AI concepts. So it's a really, I think it's incredibly affordable tool, which enables from anybody who's an indie solopreneur, like I used to be. And by the way, just kind of to speak a little bit to that, in 1995, I launched my own a couture atelier. And I was seeing clients and charging quite well for my designs at that time, in thousands. But when I sat down and I actually calculated how much I was making between $3 to $5 an hour. Imagine if you were charging $800 for a dress that literally only cost you your sewing, cut and sew and materials. And you make the rest of the profits as a solopreneur atelier owner.
So we are already working with some big European brands. Before I talk about a possible price, you need to understand what we're doing. We're taking all the data, we're creating tailor-made haute couture AIs for brands by taking all their data, their pictures, and putting it into a safe environment. Just to come back because a lot of brands are saying, I'm already using AI. They're playing with Midjourney. Playing and working is a different thing. When you're playing with Midjourney and you're prompting, what you prompt doesn't belong to you, you don't know where it's going to be trained to use something else. Imagine being Chanel and giving you all their archives to put it into your AI. Would you put it into Midjourney? No. So what we're doing, we're taking that, putting it in a safe environment, and when you prompt, it will be brand oriented. It will keep the design consistency. It means when you prompt a product and you say, this one is good, now do a woman's dress out of this men's jacket, it doesn't lose the brand identity. It doesn't exist, it's tailor-made and it's complicated. It works what we're doing, the solution for mid to big companies, and it costs less than a Tesla per year. I will not give a price because everything is tailor-made, so it doesn't work.
It's tailor-made, I get it. So what do you already are working, Raul, you're already working with brands, big and small. What's the hesitation for people not jumping in? It seems like a no-brainer.
Because they don't know we exist. They need to change the whole process. Because if you're working on a design process that's 12 months and you say now you can do it in 4, they say, why, how, what am I gonna do? And they need to rethink the whole process. So what we're starting is to let them be more creative. Start playing with the tool, with the solution, and you will see how creative you get. Once you see how it goes, try to shrink all the process step by step. We're starting with the big brands getting their image. First of all, everyone thinks their data is safe and well organized. It's not. They have pictures from marketing, pictures from e-com, product description. Try to put them together into one server. It takes a lot of time. So that's the first thing they need to know is, what am I able to share with IMKI in order to get a tailor-made solution? You need to know who you are, what you want to be, and how you want to be. So with that data that we train, we take your data and we make it gold that you can use.
What big questions with PatternFast? What are questions from entrepreneurs that you're getting who are, because you just launched this month, what kind of questions are you're getting the most?
Well, first of all, people are like, I can't believe this is possible.
Yeah.
That would be the first person. And then it's like people are really concerned about having to rethink the whole process because, if we're dealing with a methodology that's been adopted for 100 plus years, the design methodology, and AI system is changing all that. So that's a little bit challenging to think, well, now I have to think differently. So in human beings, we love our little ruts and we love our little mud pies, so we can sit and do exactly what we love, even though it's not effective. So that would be the questions, like how do I implement, how do I change my mindset to this? And my answer to that would be, open mind and commitment to your success. And that is the number one thing. Are you interested in having fashion as a hobby, as a solopreneur? An entrepreneur as an individual designer? Or are you interested in actually earning money and doing really well and succeeding in this industry? And that's my question to them. If you are, then be committed to your success, get rid of things, processes that you don't need to do, and focus on things that you have to apply your creativity to, which is design.
Yeah. Suna, what do you say to, some of the fashion students in here who are sketching, who are learning all those things that, your app is able to essentially get rid of?
Well, actually, we're not really getting rid of, we're enhancing. So I think it's really critical to actually know the fundamentals of design. And if you look at what we're creating, it's really the entire creative process. You're not really going to get rid of the sketching. You can upload a sketch and recolor it and actually put a print in, resize it easily. It's, again, enhancing your ability, is stretching you even further and quicker to be able to quickly, come out with lots of ideas. So I think it's not like, back in the last century, everybody was really anti-sewing machines at the beginning of the century. And, people would kick them when the factories opened.
That's true.
Because of people who were doing handcrafted, product were scared of losing their jobs. But the fact is that it created more jobs. And, we still have handcrafted product. In fact, it's come back, isn't it? It's a niche area. So I think it's really, keeping an open mind to actually, looking at new ways of designing. And I think Desara, the tool, is actually that. And I think it's not a learning curve. You don't need a Bible, a huge book to know how to use it. It's so organic that you actually can use it really easily without even having a training manual. That's the beauty of the tool.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest misconception when you are starting to pitch? I mean, your launching's next month.
Yeah.
What's the biggest misconception people have?
I think it's just the fear, actually, of the unknown. That's what I feel. I feel like, there's so much talk about AI, taking away our jobs. AI, we're not going to, have our individuality. But I think it's the contrary. It depends how you use it. And like, Yola said, just keep an open mind about everything. And, adapt, move with the times. Because it's about moving with the times.
Yeah. What advice do you have for companies, for both of you, who already have all their systems in place, who now you're introducing your product or all your technology, and it's going to change everything? What advice do you have for companies or entrepreneurs?
Well, planning, right? I think it's planning and thinking forward. And I love the Suna's example of the sewing machine. Oh, brilliant, literally. It's maybe, it's not restructuring your process, but rather adapting the people that already are part of the process to the new technologies and to the new methodologies. For instance, for us, one of the inventions that we're working right now, we're actually seeking funding for that, is taking companies' blocks, already existing patterns, and bringing them into our system such that the larger brands now are able to utilize their resources that they already have, but within those, utilizing those resources, creating new garments, new designs, new concepts that weren't possible simply because of the labor, because of the process. So that's the next step. So it's literally just, rethinking the structure.
I think the most important thing is embrace AI. Don't be afraid of what it's able to bring to your company. You will be trained and you will be amazed by what can be done. And if you see things like design consistency, and that's what's come to my mind. If you have this seersucker jacket and you like it and you prompt it, you just need to change it, make it a dress, make it a bag, make it a watch, make it a shoes, and it will keep that consistency. You are able to create a collection, a capsule, a window display in less than 10 minutes, make it validated by your director, produce it, and know exactly what you want. It will gain time, gain money, be sustainable, and be much more design.
And profits.
Yeah, it profits. That's the end.
Profits,
yeah.
right? All right, what did I miss? We have a couple minutes here. What did I miss when we're talking fashion, AI? What is some things that people forget?
Fashion starts by creativity, by feeling good with what you're wearing, and please don't do like the Timu and stuff. Like don't because you can go fast and do a lot. Don't do it because it's profitable. There's another way of doing fashion. Do it to be beautiful. Do it to be design and make profit of it without stepping on the planet. That's what I would say.
Oh, I'm seconding that one. Huge. Imagine if the future of fashion is completely sustainable. So we're kind of moving from that being the second pollutant in the world to non-polluting at all. Everybody's wearing the kind of garments they love. Designers have the absolute creativity in creating couture for every individual, and it's all done quickly, effectively, in a way that a customer is walking away with a garment they love, and a designer, a brand, is thriving financially and in every possible way, and people are happy. That's what my vision is.
Yeah.
I think one thing about fashion designers is that we're actually really open people, not saying that other people are not, but I think fashion designers are more like prone by nature to be more positive and forward thinking and more visionary. And so therefore I think they will actually embrace AI a lot quicker than maybe other people in different arenas.
All right, there you have it. No fear, go for it. And if you want to be in the game, you got to get in the AI game. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.